HAP 290, Summer 2009, A Healthier Lifestyle in Me, presented by Katherine Irvin. The goal that we'll be examining throughout these slides is maintaining a healthier diet. Recently, we were asked to make a list of causes and constraints that impacted us reaching our goal. In this slide, I have made a list of those constraints. The first one being events and parties. When I go to parties, I usually end up staying out late. I end up drinking a lot, eating excessive junk food, and not feeling well the next morning, resulting in me not waking up early. The next was staying late at work. When I do that, I get home late and I eat late, which results in me going to bed late as I wait for the food to digest. The next was my process owner's Tuesdays and Thursdays karate class. Because of that, I end up eating dinner with my parents, and it usually involves takeout or going to restaurants that don't have healthy options. Next was long drives in the car or trips. Usually I do that on the weekend, but sometimes that happens during the week when I drive home from work, which is 45 minutes from my house. And if I have to make stops, it usually is at a gas station or a fast food place. Another constraint is having my alarm clock too close to my bed, and when it goes off in the mornings, if I hit the snooze button or turn it off, I end up getting up late, which results in me not being able to create a healthy meal for me for the day. This next slide contains a comprehensive list of causes that help me achieve my goal. The first is waking up early. When I wake up early, it results in me being able to have time to prepare a healthy breakfast and lunch, which sets me up for the entire day in achieving my goal. The next is my process owner reminding me to eat healthy. Because we share a lot of the same meals, he reminds me when I'm preparing them to make it healthy. That way we can both concentrate on our goal. Carpooling with my mom on Mondays and Wednesdays is another cause that helps me achieve my goal. When the opportunity arises, if I can, I do carpool with her. It forces me to get up early and be ready so that neither one of us is late. House sitting the neighbor's puppy. It usually occurs on the weekends, but sometimes it's during the week if they're out of town for a business meeting. The puppy needs to be walked at 7 o'clock in the morning, so I'm forced to get up early and start my day. Thus, I have time to make my breakfast and my lunch. The last is joining a Saturday morning kickboxing class. It's on Saturdays, and because I'm forced to pay for it, I assume that I will go to the class because if I don't, it's wasting money. By doing that, it forces me to get up early, and if I have work on the weekend, it forces me to make my breakfast and my lunch early enough. So the goal or the target event is me eating healthier. What causes this, you may ask? Waking up early, Saturday morning kickboxing classes, house and dog sitting for the neighbors, getting a reminder from my process owner, and carpooling with my mom. In this next slide, we see how constraints impact my causes that lead to not achieving my target or my goal. Here we can see how having my alarm clock too close to my bed can impact me carpooling with my mom. If she doesn't wake me up, I am not able to get up in time to carpool with her, which results in me not having enough time in the day to prepare and get a healthy meal. Another example is my process owner's Tuesday and Thursday karate class. Because he is out till 9 o'clock, I usually end up eating with my parents, so I don't get the reminder from my process owner and we don't make our meal together, and it does not result in me eating a healthy meal. Another example would be house and dog sitting. While I have not quite figured out a constraint for that, there are some possible suggestions such as rain and other inclement weather. However, I have yet to have those situations occur, so I can't comment on them. Saturday morning kickboxing classes can be impacted by events and parties from the night before. If I stay out late at a party, then usually the next morning because I had been drinking, I don't feel well enough to go to the class. Waking up early is the most impacted of all my causes. Constraints such as long car trips, staying late at work, and events and parties impact it. A long car trip from the weekend really impacts me, especially on Mondays, because I'm tired from riding in the car and it just really throws me off. Staying late at work the night before is really bad because I'm really tired and exhausted, and when the alarm clock goes off, if it's too close, I hit the snooze button or turn the alarm clock off, which throws me off for the entire day. Events and parties are also bad for the weekend. Because once again, on Monday mornings, or if I have a shift on the weekend, I'm really tired from the night before from drinking and going out and being out really late, and so I don't really always feel like getting up when I'm supposed to, so that I have time to make that healthy meal. We were next asked to draw a line between any two causes that are likely to be associated with each other. I did not do this on my slide because it's pretty easy for me to talk through. Waking up early is the cause that usually impacts all my other causes. If I wake up early, I have time to carpool with my mom. If I wake up early, I can house sit the dog or the house and get everything checked. If I wake up early, I have time for a kickboxing class on Saturday. If I wake up early in the morning, my process owner can remind me to make a healthier meal. This next slide shows the notes and thoughts of the experiment that I took. I noticed throughout that I would have gotten up early if I hadn't partied the night before. I would have also gotten up early if I hadn't stayed late at work the night before. Long car rides make it hard for me to get up early the next day. I would have carpooled with my mom, but I had the alarm clock too close and turned it off. I would have gone to kickboxing class on Saturday, but I went out partying the night before because it was an event and I didn't feel well the next day. I would have eaten better if my process owner had not left me alone to go to kickboxing class, and I would have reminded my parents that I was trying to eat healthier. Again, as noted before in the previous slide, waking up early is the biggest cause that I have and is the one that is impacted most by my constraints. We can see through this slide and the previous, when I do wake up early, that means I have not gone out partying the night before, or maybe I didn't stay late at work, or maybe long car rides didn't impact me as much. We were then asked to maintain a diary for 2 weeks that had our causes and constraints within them. I have divided mine by week 1 and week 2. I have also bolded what was a cause or constraint that really impacted me for the day and why I did not maintain or meet my goal. Again, this is my continued diary from week 1. The words in bold are the cause or constraint that really impacted me for the day and why I did or did not meet my goal. This last analytical look at my diary shows the different causes and how they impacted each day. Each one's listed as yes if it did impact and no if it did not. And the last column shows my goal and if it was actually reached or maintained. I will next use this information to calculate the maximum and minimum probability of observing the effect when the cause is present. When analyzing the diary, the calculations show that eating healthy and getting up early go hand in hand. 10 out of 10 times when I got up early, I ate healthy for the day. Kickboxing, because it's only on Saturdays, doesn't lead to a very high probability of me eating healthy because I have the option of not going if I don't get up early. So once again, it goes back to getting up early, which is the successful event, which leads to me meeting my goal of eating healthy. One of the last steps is to use the insights gained through this analysis to change your lifestyle. What I saw was by waking up early, carpooling with my mom, Saturday kickboxing class, house and dog sitting for the neighbors, and reminders from my process owner, all of these allowed for me to eat healthy and for me to lose some weight. But all in all, what I really noticed was that waking up early really was the big effector that linked all of the others together. By waking up early, I could carpool with my mom. I could make it to Saturday morning kickboxing classes. I was able to walk the dog, and reminders from my process owner were just helpful for the day. All in all, if I was able to wake up early, none of my constraints that impacted me were really able to affect my day or me eating healthy or not eating healthy. I believe making the causal model and having the causal diary are both useful and are great for testing. It gave a great insight and allowed me to see where I was making effort and where I was improving. What do I think could be changed or useful? I think by having an analysis of the constraints, it would be a different approach and would allow you to see where your weaknesses are and focus on really changing them. All in all, I think it was a great experiment and I learned a lot from it.